Hi everybody, welcome to my channel, Crate with Steve I. Today we are going to do a monthly plan with me. Alright, so we are going to work in my 6-month planner that I built. I did put this sticker on here. This was new from the last time when I showed putting this planner together. It says, "Do not worry about tomorrow," from Matthew 6:34, which is a great quote, I thought, for a planner. I wanted to have some sort of quote on here, so I felt like that was perfect. So we are going to plan the month of July in my planner. Don't you just love this? I love palm trees, so I just love this divider so much. So I'm glad I got to use it. Okay, so we are going to do the month of July. So let me pull this out and we will work in this and get this ready. Can you believe that tomorrow we start the month of June? We are almost in or we're almost halfway through the year. I just can't believe it. It's gone so fast. So I'm going to use these stickers I got from the Happy Planners Essential Holidays book for 4th of July. This is a perfect place to use it because I generally don't make spreads for those for holidays like that. So I generally don't make spreads in my weekly for holidays. And I've got two, I tried to match the color, the red and the blue of these the best I can to color in the boxes here. So we are going to be using this page from I think it was called Memory Keeping Dates and Holidays sticker book from the Happy Planner. Over Memorial Day, they had a great sale, so I picked up a couple things from the Happy Planner and I bought a new copy of this book. So I will get to show you the cover and everything once I get it. I'll do a flip through so you can see what it all comes with. I definitely don't love everything about that book, but there are definitely things I love about it. Like this is one of the pages I absolutely love. And because these stickers are small, I need to use my handy dandy tweezers because the tweezers work so well in it. And I'm also going to pull out my whiteout just in case I need it for anything. Although I think I got all the things, but like these boxes here, I don't know if I need that or not, so I might white those out. Okay, so let's start with numbering them so we know what days we're working with. We have a Tuesday start, so we're going to start here. I hope you're having a good week. You had a good weekend. When you see this video, it will be on a weekday, Monday or Tuesday. I'm filming it on a Saturday. It is the 31st of, what is it, May 31st. It is cold and rainy today. That's why I am wearing someone calls it planner aesthetic, my sweatshirt, because it is chilly here. So funny. On Wednesday, it was so warm and sunny. It was like in the 80s. It was wonderful here. And then Thursday, it was pouring rain and cold. And then yesterday was beautiful and sunny. It wasn't quite in the 80s, but it was probably high 70s. And then today, it is cold and rainy again. I've got my heat on because it's chilly. My place was like, without the heat on, my place was like 61 degrees. I was like, no, that's way too cold for me. So I am trying to heat up. Been drinking lots of tea. Well, this time of year, when it's cold, I drink more tea than when it's warm. I still drink tea when it's not, or when it's warm out, but not quite as much. All right. I'm more of a coffee person than a tea person, but as most Americans are, but I love drinking peppermint tea is my favorite. I love peppermint tea and I love ginger tea. Those are my two favorites. I drink other ones as well. I do like a good spicy tea, like Celestial Seasonings Bengal Spice is really nice, but I also really love having the peppermint, and I love peppermint tea. I don't know what it is about it, but I love drinking it. I love this sticker book. Look how bold these numbers are versus when they're printed in the Happy Planner, they're not quite as bold. So I love the sticker book because these stickers are bold and you can see the date so much better than if you weren't using it. So I did check ahead of time, so I'm not wondering like how many days are in July. I'm not one of those people who memorize those kinds of details. So there is 31 days in July. I looked it up. And for those of you who are interested, if this is one of your first videos, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Please consider subscribing to my channel. A lot of people don't use when you watch people talk about their planning and using their monthly planner page, a lot of people don't use their monthly planner page. So they do all kinds of different things to fill it up. But I personally use it. I use it for pre-planning. So what I do is when things come up, I put them down in here, and then I need to pull that apart. I pull them down in here, or write it down in here, and then when I go to do my monthly planning, when I'm making my spread and putting in the things that are going on that week, I always refer to it. I also have a little on the go planner thing that I use. I got this at the dollar store. Look how beat up and stuff it is. It stays in my pocket a lot. But I use that. I write the stuff in my monthly page and also in there. So like if I'm on the go doing stuff. Now I'm not perfect at it, but the idea is if I'm on the go and I have that and someone wants to do something or someone wants to schedule something, I've got it at my fingertips so I can look and see, do I have it with me? Because generally my classic size Happy Planner, I don't generally like carry it around with me on a regular basis. I usually have it at home, that I refer to and look at home. But when I'm on the go, I like something small. And I know that they have like the mini planners and the classic mini and those things. I just haven't quite gotten into that. It's kind of hard for me to want to spend the kind of money that's required for that just for an on the go plan, just a quick on the go planner. So I don't mind spending $1.25 at the dollar store for one that's going to fit in my pocket. I don't keep it because it is a or the whole point of it is just for when I'm on the go. I don't decorate it. It's just um, for when I'm out somewhere at a glance. Okay, so 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Okay, so I don't need these. So I am going to white these out. This planner is an old planner, so I used the dates, or I redated it, or am redating it, as you can see. Think, Steve, think. So that is why they have these from the year that this was. I don't even know what year this was. I don't even remember because I whited it out quite a while ago. So, and I didn't take off the notes there. So, because of that, I didn't. Anyway, I just need to white that out because I can use the whole box now for the planning. I don't mind redating planners, buying them at a discount. I have a small budget. My budget doesn't have a lot. I don't get a ton each month, so I try to do things when they're on sale. Like there's a planner I really want to get from the Happy Planners. Was it spring release where they did the 18-month planners? They have one that is called, it's like a Mystic Butterfly one, and it's beautiful. I really love it, but it's horizontal, and I don't use the horizontal I just don't use the horizontal layout. So over the Memorial Day sale, they had 30% off over the typical, or over the on sale items. So I was able to get I was able to get a 12-month vertical planner for, I think it was a little less than $6 or something like that. It was really, really inexpensive. It was like perfect. So I just went ahead and did that. I couldn't pass that up. That was such a great deal. And because I don't mind redating planners, I don't mind writing or going through and fixing that. I can use when I get the Mystic, I know Mystic, is it Mystic Blooms? Something like that is the name of the sticker book, but it's the one with the butterflies and stuff like that. I'm a huge butterfly person. I love butterflies. They're so pretty. And so I really want to get that one. And it may sell out before it goes on sale, or before I can get it. It may sell out before I can get a chance to get a hold of it. And you know what? If it does, then I have that other one that I bought as a backup for the next time I find a planner that I really like, that I want, but they don't have the layout I like. So I feel like it's a win-win either way, even if I don't use it for exactly what I wanted. I really wanted to get the classic size Sleeping Beauty one from last year, but it sold out before I could get it. It was a dashboard layout, and I don't use the dashboard layout. But I've thought about using the dashboard layout as a creative journal, and maybe doing a creative journal in that. I haven't quite gotten to that yet, but that's a thought that I've had kicking around in my head. So I don't know, maybe next time I get a planner because I like the cover, but it's a dashboard, maybe I'll try it out as an idea for that. So we'll see. I haven't decided for sure. I might try it out and see. But if you're new with me, I love using the Crayola Super Tips to outline the boxes. Just it adds more color to it. Some people use colored boxes and different box stickers and stuff in here, and that's a good idea. I have the Crayola Super Tips and I love using them for this. So I try to match as many as possible, as close as possible, and create it just adds more color to the page, and I really like it. So I bought the 100 box, or the box that had the 100 different ones. So you have tons and tons of different ones. I've been tempted to try, or to get and try out the zebra mild liners because everybody raves about them. But I have a little bit of FOMO going on, but I just have to tell myself, you know what? It's totally fine. You were totally fine without it. And it's totally fine not to have it and not to follow the trend, because I've got 100 different colors in the super tips, and I'm not going to find every color I need in the zebra. I guess if I didn't find a color I needed in the zebra, I could always come to here, but you know, I don't need it. So I've been I've been holding out and saying, nope, I don't need it. How's your spring? How's the weather where you're at? So cold and rainy here. I am ready for some hot, beautiful weather. When I was visiting my family, Nashville was in the 70s, but it was rainy. So it wasn't, it was chilly and rainy when I was in Nashville. But Dallas area was beautiful. It was warm and it was nice. I really liked it. It was really nice to be there. Okay. One thing I love about these little stickers that you put there is when I go over the box with the pen, you can still see the numbers. But with the other ones, it's so faint that it's hard to see the numbers. And so I guess I could just do up to it and not go around it, but it's just kind of nice to have it go around it like in a square. And I only do the boxes that have numbers because otherwise I get confused of like these two boxes and these two boxes I won't color in because those don't have, that's not part of the month. It's just from here to here. And I get, if I don't do that, I get confused sometimes of like, okay, where am I supposed to be? So anyway. Sometimes talking while I do this, I make mistakes, but thankfully this time I didn't. But if I did, it's okay. It's just for me, so it doesn't matter, you know? Yep. Did that a little wide there. That's okay. The last thing that I ordered from the Happy Planner on their Memorial Day sale was a pad of daily sheets. I don't use daily sheets very often, but there have been a couple different situations and a couple different times when I was like, man, a daily sheet would be really nice right now. So I ordered a pad of those just for when I need them. I don't suspect I will need them very frequently, but they were a really good price, like $1.99 or $2.99 or something like that. It was like, well, this is the perfect time to get them. The Memorial Day sale was really a good sale because it was 30% off of sale prices and free shipping. So I didn't even pay shipping. So I think with tax and everything, I got a 12-month planner, a sticker book, and the pad of daily sheets, all for $16 and some oddball change. I don't remember what the change was. So it was like less than $17. I got all of that, which that's a steal. So of course I went ahead and did that. It just shipped yesterday, so this next week I'll get it and I'll film a flip through and then we will, or I'll, it's not going to go up the day I film it, of course, but I will put it in, I will have it scheduled for when the time comes for it. It's nice to get some filming done ahead of time so then when I have things going on, I don't have to worry about it. Okay. Okay, so that looks very festive for the 4th of July. So let's start with the, I've got two sticker sheets here. This one is on paper and this one is on clear. And the paper ones have the foil. I don't know if, can you see that? The blue foil. It's pretty. You know, when I first started planning and started getting into the stickers for the planning and stuff, I was like, man, I love the foil stickers. More and more foil stickers. I like looked for them and stuff like that. But now, like, you know, they're okay, but I don't love them. It's taken me a while to realize that, you know what, I don't really care for the foil stickers. But at first I thought they were such a cool idea. All right, we need a sun because generally the sun is out in July, right? Not always, especially the area I'm in. Okay, how do I want to do that? Maybe like that. Let's see, I want to put some of these up. This one's fun. this firework. Actually, I'm going to put that down here. So I don't have any rhyme or reason how I put these down. I just grab and put some down is usually how I do it. So especially on a monthly, you know. And I do have these spaces here. How about this one right here? I'll put this little hat down in the corner with a little noise maker. Small elements are nice because you can fit them into different places. You know, I want to use this one right here. I don't mind if it goes off the page a little bit because I can just cut that off. I kind of like the way that looks when a sticker is kind of cut to fit like that. Let's put, I like some of these sparkly things, so let's put some of that here. I'll put that one like that. How does that look? That's very festive for the 4th of July. And I've got some extra pieces, bits and bobs, but I don't really have, well, I could put this one. This one's small, so I could put this one right here. And this one. Right there. How does that look? Do we have any room? I don't know that I've got any room. I can try and put a little bit of sparkle right there. Maybe I'll move this down a little bit and put a little sparkle there. And then what I'll do is I'll use my scissors and cut that off. And then, do I have another spot? I don't know, it doesn't really look like I've got another spot, so what I'll do is I'll just put that back there. And then that's it. I think that looks nice. It's a good use of that space. I discovered when I first started planning, a friend of mine and I went in 50-50 and bought a copy of, I think it was about a year ago, we bought a copy of this book, the Essential Holidays Mega Sticker Book from the Happy Planner. It had 100 sheets, but it was 50 of each. And so I was able to get the whole or so we went 50-50 on it. So it was like, I think 10 or actually, I think it was a little more than 10, like maybe 11 or $12 a piece with shipping, and we got it. It was really a great deal. So, okay, so now I'm just going to go through this little book and see if there was anything written down, what I have going on. So, okay, so the 11th, we've got, we have a camp coming. And then the 16th, well, that one I don't necessarily need to write down. Well, no, that doesn't need to be on the thing. The 25th, we have the Freedom River Outreach arrive. And then that Sunday, they leave. I love that group of guys. They're all such great guys. Okay, so that, I think at the moment, my mom's birthday's in July. I think it's the 12th or the 13th. I always get confused on which day it is, so I will write that in later. I will look that up and write that in later. I thought I had something written on here. What is that? Oh, that's just talking about a spread. So I think for the moment, I think that's what we have going on. So I will write in more later as things come up and as things happen. So I hope you enjoyed watching me create my monthly spread for July to start planning on. Can't believe I'm just about done with my very first Happy Planner. It ends at the end of June. Will be my very first ever completed Happy Planner because I just started last July. July 1st, the week of July 1st, will be my first year of using the Happy Planner. So I've heard many people talk about how they have never used a full planner or rarely ever fill up a full planner because they get a new one and they start working in that one. And it's like, that just seems crazy to me because I'm kind of one of those people. I start something and I like to finish it. I don't like to go jump from planner to planner. Then you have half used planners. What's the use of that? What's the point of that? That doesn't make any sense to me. So, but that's just how my brain works, and their brain is different, and that's okay. So, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!